Diversion first. This is the part where sometimes we seem to get a little bit confused with what the mission is, because ideally what we're working on is to have a jail diversion program where someone is in jail and then we're able to do exactly what's done and as quickly that has been done with the Merrifield Crisis Response Center. So the current practice right now, and again, this is public safety, is that when an individual comes in contact with justice, the police department, nonviolent offense, low-risk offender, whatever you want to call it, the officer has the discretion to divert that person by taking them to the Merrifield Crisis Response Center to divert them into getting treatment as opposed to bringing them to jail.
So they never end up in the house.
So that's the goal, so they never end up in the jail. When an individual is not accepted or is not eligible, again, not everyone is going to be eligible for the diversion program. There's going to be other instances where they're not.
Makes people mad.
But when they're brought to the jail, our process is not as quick, but we're trying to streamline the process. Because unless someone is brought to the jail in experiencing a very severe mental health crisis, then they are brought in, they're evaluated, they are placed in a housing location, a mental health unit, and they are evaluated by the mental health staff, they're evaluated by our medical staff, and again, the immediate goal is to get them stabilized. Once they're stabilized, then we're trying to get them from point A to point B, and that means that they're housed currently in the mental health unit, and then we try to move them into general population. So again, the whole jail diversion program, a true jail diversion program, when someone is brought into the jail and we're able to divert them through the use of a mental health docket, through the use of the magistrates, through the use of having the resources necessary on the outside, that's when a jail diversion program is going to work. And right now, once an individual is arrested and brought into the jail, I have no place to divert them. So I'm not sure if that's answering the question. I mean, the process currently is, as I explained, that the individual is brought to Merrifield, and then they're able to be diverted to a treatment facility.
Is that responsive to your question?
Well, she answered my question, but what happened to Ms. McKenna then?
How did that happen?
I think we need to move on.
Move on?
No, that's the question that all of us want to know the answer to.
We need to know how that happened, and if that's going to happen to another person, John.
Well, I can tell you that
I can tell you that the Commonwealth Attorney in his report outlined prior to even when Ms. McKenna was brought into the Adult Detention Center at Fairfax, outlined from the very beginning until the end. There were many missed opportunities where she possibly could have been diverted. Okay. That never happened.
Thank you.
Why?
Because there was no, at that time, diversion program, or there was, again, you're talking about officers that are coming in contact with individuals that are in need of mental health treatment, and at that point, I can't answer why all the other jurisdictions, I can't answer why, Alexandria Hospital, I don't have the answers as to why she was not diverted. I mean, again, as I mentioned, some people are not eligible for diversion.
But do you know why they tased her so much with the bag over her head? That's something that you can answer to. Because obviously there are policies on the books that allow that to happen because your officers are still on the payroll. So whatever policies are on the books right now, that's what you can answer to, because obviously something is in that policy that absolved them of her murder. What are those policies?
The Commonwealth Attorney, in his 51-page document, outlined everything regarding Ms. McKenna. There was nothing in there that, there was no criminal wrongdoing found through the investigation.
Really?
Well, I'm telling you what I'm telling you, I didn't do the investigation, the Fairfax Police Department did the investigation, and then all of that was turned over to the Commonwealth Attorney. We do not investigate ourselves.
Yes, you do. Sorry, let's move on to the next question.
You're not answering these questions.
Hello, my name's Lori Dodd. This question is for Supervisor Hudgens. I heard you express frustration that when the 142 recommendation report came down in October from the Review of Police Practices Commission, that the Board of Supervisors has not devoted enough time to that report, if I heard you correctly.
And I think
I'm sorry, I think most of us in this room would agree with that frustration. My question is, what barriers are there to full consideration of that report? What can we as citizens do to help overcome those barriers? So we can move forward and implement those recommendations.
At our last meeting of the public safety, there are timetables on here. My challenge is, there is, I guess, more